Police is a fourth woman, not one of the three who've yet to be actually be named, but have made allegations about Herman Cain of sexual harassment back when he ran the National Restaurant Association in the 90s, charges that he all denies. Gloria Allred has in the past been involved in a lot of high-profile, glitzy types of controversies like this, and apparently a fourth woman has come forward to her, and she will make that woman and bring it public in a matter of 3 hours or so. We have spoken to the Cain campaign this morning. They were unaware of this news conference, unaware of these allegations as recently as about 45 minutes ago. In a separate phone call, just literally minutes before we went on the air here, one of the Cain senior staffers pointed out that Ms. Allred is a well-known Democratic donor and has been accused of pretty obvious self-promotion in the past with some of her clients and the way in which she's conducted their cases. So the Cain campaign is not going to make any comment about the allegations or about any fourth charge or any fourth person without details and without identification and without actual specifics as to the allegations. They will not comment. They are, however, raising serious questions about Gloria Allred's motives, as well as they have really throughout the entirety of this controversy, suggesting that Herman Cain is the object of a political smear from critics who are taking advantage of years-old charges, none of which were ever substantiated.
Okay, and one more point on this. This woman, Allred's client, will be, if it goes the way they're saying it will be, will be the first to give her name, an offer to deliver details. So there's a possibility
and be present
that
at the news conference. And be present at the news conference. Whether or not she talks, we will apparently actually see somebody. There will be a person we're given to believe based upon the information from Allred's offices. Again, she's been involved in these types of things and other very, very high-profile cases and allegations in the past, and not always have the allegations borne out. In some cases, the allegations haven't even been made, but they were sort of advertised or pre-promoted. Right now, we've got a news conference scheduled for 1:30 in New York City with Gloria Allred and allegedly a fourth woman who will come forward, show her face and her name, and tell part of her story.
And there was a strong spot that came out over the weekend, too, pushing back on all this on behalf of Herman Cain. So we will see at 1:30 this afternoon here in New York. It's at the Friars Club, Midtown Manhattan. Carl Cameron's in Davenport, Iowa. Carl, thank you. We're going to sort through this as we go throughout the morning. Thank you, Carl. Martha.
More to come on that, to be sure. And in the meantime, the Occupy Wall Street protesters triggering a huge political reaction. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani on what he would have done if he were still running the city about this group. And he also offered the protesters some advice.